Hey, Mike Callahan here on the floor of GIE 2019 Plus Expo, talking today about job profits and accountability. So one of the biggest things we see when we're talking to contractors in the lawn and landscape industry as well as the cleaning industry is how to actually create predictability and profits in your business. So the biggest thing we recommend is while we're doing that is we really need to have a dispatch board, a way to track our jobs, and that's going to include a start and stop time when the job's actually being done. But before we actually get to the job, setting up the foundational pieces are probably the best part of success. So what we really want to have is a production rate based estimating system based on size of area being serviced or maybe man minutes or man hours. And what that's going to produce is a budgeted time for the job. So going in while the job is set up, we really want a price for the job, a budgeted time, how long it should take our crew, and when we actually do the job, clocking into a mobile device or writing down hard copy the start and stop times for the job, and preferably the start and stop times for the mobilization going up to get that job. So we are tracking our mobilization, our non-billable time for that job, and the on-site time with a start and stop time. By setting up basically the foundations of a budgeted time the job needs to be done in, and tracking our mobilization and start and stop times in each and every job. If you're using a CRM such as Service Autopilot or any other CRM for that matter, even if you're using an Excel sheet, this is going to give you the granularity and the ability to run job costing reports on a daily or at least monthly basis to see where you're making money and where you're not making money. And this ability to look at this is also going to give you the ability to have real-time data for yourself, for the business owner or manager, as well as for your crews. So we did at Callahan's Lawn Carriers, we gave the crews daily accountability based on their budget versus actual time. So if you're looking for accountability and predictable profits in your service business, the main step to this is creating a estimating system that has a budgeted time that is shown to your crews. We're tracking mobilization, start and stop time, as well as the start and stop time on the jobs itself, and then being able to run daily reports and then subsequent reports, whether it's weekly or monthly, to make sure we're making money. And then let's just say if our goal was $50 per man hour, that report can plug in that data and say anything that's below $50 per hour, we need to charge X amount of dollars more per visit to hit our hourly threshold for profitability. So any comments or questions, drop them below. But we're hanging out at GIE 2019 Expo. And as we're walking around here, can I just give you a quick tour of what's going on here at GIE. So as we're going here, we're walking around. We're at booth 4010, gonna be there all day. At 11 a.m., I'm gonna be hanging out at the social media tent with a couple interviews. But as we're going here, and you can kind of see it, place is just absolutely massive. So a lot of people, doors open here shortly, probably in about 10 minutes for the general public, but a little sneak preview for the first full day of GIE as we're doing it here. And we've got pretty much anything from snow plows, lawn mowing, aerators, you name it. We've got engines over here, but something to be seen if you are in the lawn care industry that you should definitely check out sometime. Going to be hanging out the Service Autopilot booth 4010 with the whole Service Autopilot team. Jonathan of the Lawn Care Millionaire, Jonathan Petoshnik, co-founder of Service Autopilot, will be joining us today on the floor of GIE at booth 4010. So whether you're a Simple Growth client, Service Autopilot client, or just checking out some things that we're doing here, feel free to check us out, because the whole team's going to be here all day today, and then we're hanging out at the Caverns in Louisville with some of the top social media influencers, Naylor and Blake Albertson, that whole crew, Keith, all those guys should be there. So if you're looking to hang out and meet some of the top social media influencers, including Jonathan Petoshnik of the Lawn Care Millionaire, we're going to be hanging out all day at GIE booth 4010, as well as the Caverns event tonight, which is probably about 5, 10, 15 minutes away from GIE here. But as you can see, it is acres and acres and acres of just absolute craziness of equipment and everything to do with the lawn and landscape industry. So looking forward to see you later today at booth 4010. Mike Callahan hanging out with the Simple Growth team, going to be down in the social media tent around 11, doing a couple interviews. So I'd like to get out, meet everybody here that we kind of mingle remotely through Facebook and that. So if you're down at GIE Plus Expo, come down and say hello at booth 4010, Service Autopilot, or take a look for me around 11 a.m. at the social media tent. So hopefully advice about creating predictable estimates and accountability in your business with tracking mobilization time, drive time, and being able to run some job cost and reports to make sure that you're hitting your hourly goals for profit margins, and having transparency with your teams helped this morning. If you have any comments and questions on that video, or you're down at GIE, come by and stop by and see us at booth 4010.